night, 8:16 Eastern Standard Time, doing some packing and shipping tonight because it's in this morning. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. I know a lot of you probably will watch this later on. Hope your sales are doing well. My eBay sales are, but I also haven't been listing a lot of new items. I've been listing quantity items like this. So I've been selling a decent amount. Poshmark's been popping off, but yeah, let me know how your sales are going. Hopefully, hopefully February brings better sales, but usually February is a slow month. But I'm not going to be negative about it. We're just going to keep listing. But it's been good. Been very, very busy doing retail arbitrage. Really out of the loop this month. As many of you know, I've been doing whatnots, which is good because I'm bringing in money there, but also paying off all the stuff I got via retail arbitrage. So all the above. That's just what's going on over here. What's up, Juliet? Happy evening, Juliet Toys and Gladys. What's up? What's up, Nashville? You guys are doing well down there. I know it's getting a little bit warmer. Not warmer, but warmer, so your roads aren't bad. What's up, Sean? And the Bush, eBay sales, thumbs down. I know. I don't know what the deal is. I feel like I want to say ever since they switched over the promoted thing, but really it's kind of been a month before the promoted thing. So I don't know. But what's up from Lafayette? What's up, Lafayette? West Lafayette, Purdue. What happened to Purdue losing to IU in basketball? What's up with that? What not? I know. What's up, Ralph Black? I'm doing what you guys know, or if you're new here, I thrift women's clothing that I know is nice and worth decent amount of money, or good for a reseller. And I don't like listing women's clothing, so I sell it on Whatnot. It's always been how I sold stuff on Whatnot. Sold some men's stuff here and there. And then I saw an opportunity to make money with new tag items. Low buy cost, sell it cheap so people get good deals, and just took that opportunity and going with it now. It's not going to be like an ongoing thing. It's just something I'm doing for the last month and this month, a couple days a month, and maybe in March too. Just depends if I want to hold the inventory. But that's about it. A lot of retail arbitrage over here. First thing, these Adidas shorts. These are just Adidas shorts. I bought a whole bunch. I kind of regretted there. Like I was just on like a bender of buying, and everything was so cheap. I regretted a little bit buying so much of these because later on I saw they kept restocking them. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to be so many. The market's going to be flooded. So I thought, you know what? I spend about $250 to $450 per pair. I think I talked about this in my last live. And I'm selling them for $11.99 or $12.99. I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but I have between all the colors, I probably have 300 pair. So if I'm making $5 profit a pair on 300, I think that's pretty good. And I've sold two in this sale. My next two sales are the same shorts. So $5, $10, $15, $20 in the last sale. So that's just what's going on with this stuff right here. So just kind of finding opportunities where I can, since eBay's been kind of slow. But like I said, Poshmark's been up. Poshmark's been up. Probably the best Poshmark's ever been for me, which is great. That's why it's good to diversify. I posted today on Facebook and Instagram the importance of diversification. Cross-listing on multiple platforms, trying out whatnot, whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? So those were two. Someone bought two pair of those. This is a pair of medium, just another pair of black. Again, super cheap, brand new with tags. Selling them really cheap, but they're still paying $7 for shipping. So they're still paying like close to $20, $18 to $20 for these. So, I mean, I feel like that's still, they're not paying $12. They're paying for shipping too. Kind of sucks. So if I price them any higher, I feel like $25 shorts for these is just too much. Something like that. What's going on in Lafayette? What's going on? Other than Purdue losing in West Lafayette, what's going on in Lafayette? How are the Goodwills in Lafayette right now? I haven't been to Lafayette Goodwills. Lafayette is an hour away from Indianapolis. It's I want to say there's a river that separates West Lafayette from Lafayette. And West Lafayette is where Purdue campus is. Purdue, large Big Ten school in Lafayette. So it's kind of the city's based around Purdue, I would say now. And they have Goodwills. I haven't been there for a while. It's the first time I ever met Bearded in person was at Lafayette, in Lafayette. Pair of blue shorts, same thing, just in a blue colorway, a dark blue colorway. I have navy. But yeah. So again, these are just selling. True bread and butter on these. Are starting the wholesale, might get on their wait list. Oh, Resale Brothers are starting to wholesale, might get on their wait list. Ralph Black, I did see that they put out a new video. Let's go over and see. I saw the title of it saying something like, we have to get rid of our warehouse or something like that. But yeah, I see like Tekken Sports has gotten 100% like pretty much into wholesale. I call them Tech 2.0, but active apparel. I know he does a lot of wholesale, but he also does eBay. Yeah, it's just another opportunity. Another thing, I really enjoy what I'm doing right now. I really enjoyed the retail arbitrage. It's like a hunt. It's like a treasure hunt. Thrifting and reselling online is like a treasure hunt. So yeah, but wholesaling is a whole nother ball game. I think, it'd be tough to do it alone, but I'd be down to buying wholesale type of thing. But I want to know exactly what I'm getting. That's my only thing about wholesale. Like when I go retail arbitraging, I'm touching every piece. I know exactly what I'm getting. If I get a big pallet full of stuff, half of it's good, half of it's not. That's not fun for me. What's up, Bucky's? What's up, Bucky's? But yeah, let me go see their video YouTube so you guys can see. I'm not one of those people that like don't look at the competition. I love those guys are great. Thought I saw them have something. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. Resale Brothers. Let me go to their. I'll bring you guys over. So if you guys don't follow these guys, I like watching them. They're just kind of like my style, up my alley. But here you go. Forced to rebuild our entire eBay warehouse. So that's a good clickbait right there. Definitely want to watch that. And then I haven't seen that one. Oh, that's a year ago. Yeah, I like watching these guys. I think they're good guys. I like watching them. I think they're pretty funny too. But yeah, I'll have to watch that. Not much going on here, but some goods have been popping, at least for West Lafayette. Let's go. It's because of all the college kids donating their stuff, right? Going out of style, going into style. I don't know if this is going out of style or in style, but I still have my whole eBay, not my whole eBay store, but much of my eBay store on 20% off sale right now. And one of the categories I put on sale was vintage clothing. So these are vintage South Pole shorts. There's no big hit or embroidery or even tab on them, so you wouldn't know what they are on the outside, but they're South Pole shorts. These sold for $12.24. I don't think that was a Nifty offer. I think that was part of my sale on eBay. But yeah, fine getting rid of it. I put my vintage stuff on sale because it hasn't been moving really well. So I can't be upset with stuff selling that I put on sale. What's up, Tammy? Good to see you too. Top 3 retail arbitrage stores. Oh man. I like Dick's Going Gone. I've liked Sierra, which Felix, you have both of those. And at times I've liked TJ Maxx and stuff, but I just haven't found much there recently. But I heard Academy has really good sales too. Academy. I need to get in on Academy sales. But I'm starting to build some like relationships and connections, you know, because I'm talkative. So hopefully learn about these sales kind of like day of or before they're happening. Here's some more of those Adidas shorts. So selling those. Sold those. What's up, Rivet? Rivet Services. What's up, Rivet? Teej. What's up, Teej? Teej, I sent out some stuff your way. Man, I'll tell you what. What's up, all you crazy cool kids? I'll tell you what. I've done 2 home pickups so far with my packages. With not those packages, with my packages. Both 2 whatnot shows. Tons of packages, right? So you can get on ups.com and you can schedule a pickup. There are 2 options. One, you can pay $25 and have them pick it up during like an hour window. So, okay, I need to be here at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 11, they'll be here to pick up my stuff. Okay. The first time I did that, no one showed up. 2 hours later, I cut up there. Oh, we didn't see this. Oh, all right. We'll send someone over there. So 3 hours after my time, someone comes up. I didn't get refunded. I didn't complain. I didn't talk to them, but just venting to you guys. Okay. So that was the first time. Second time I did it, I paid again. And our mail carrier recently had surgery. So she came up and she was complaining the whole time, like, this is too many packages and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And when I went to the post office, they're like, it's their job to get the packages. That's what you pay for, da-da-da-da. I'm like, man, like, first of all, I'm paying $25 per pickup rather than not. You can schedule a pickup for a day. They'll just come whenever they drop off the mail. Again, this is me venting. So today I took everything to the post office. I wasn't going to do any of the mail pickup. I don't want my items to be sent off late. It's just a headache. It's been a headache. And we have a foot of snow here too. So that's what's up with the mail pickup. So not a big fan of it right this second. Found nice heavy, Helly Hansen jacket for the West Lafayette Goodwill. I was happy. That's good. Helly Hansen, guys, great brand to be on the lookout for. It is a Norway brand. Pretty sure it's from Norway. And it's like their North Face. You should sell popcorn on whatnot. Doesn't Renzi already do that? That space is taken, Felix. Doesn't Renzi already do that? Selling popcorn? I posted a picture of this again. All my sweatshirts, sweaters, pants, jackets, vintage clothing are all on sale right now on eBay. This is a PRPS. It's a pretty popular jean brand, but I didn't know they made sweatshirts too. Really nice, heavy sweatshirt. The comps weren't great, but I still bought it. Bought it for $5, sold it for $17.28. Guessing that was part of my sale too. Could have been a Nifty sale. I just know I don't price anything at $17.28. Ahoy, what's up, Nate? Neo Nate, ahoy, what's up? Ahoy, matey. Ahoy. I don't even remember what or how much I bought. Oh, from the kids show? Listen, Tej, you bought quite a bit. I think like 8 items or 10. 8 or 10 items, I think is what you bought. But seriously, this is going overseas, by the way. So that's cool. This is going overseas. But those prices are so cheap, legit. Like, that's a great example. If you can get your buy costs really cheap, then you can undercut it and sell stuff really cheap. My margin on that, you can imagine, Tej, you saw the show. My margins aren't that great. I mean, most things sold for like $7 to $5 or $5 to $7, but you sell 300 of them in a show and it adds up. It's just something new I did, opportunity, kids clothing. Just did it. I'm always willing to try something new. You know what I mean? If Shelby, you watching this? So many candy vendors on whatnot. Are there a ton of candy vendors? I don't even go down that rabbit hole. So now that I've sold golf clothing, it pops up on my whatnot. When I open whatnot, there's always golf shows. Tell you what, man, whatnot has a lot of sellers and a lot of buyers. It's really growing. It's crazy. Both of my shows, 90% of the people, all 3 of my shows so far, 90% of the people have been new buyers. I've had 3 shows. 90% of the people have been new buyers or more. Tej was there. Tej's not a new buyer. If my Goodwill keeps putting out the goods they are, I'm going to have a fantastic year. Let's go, Faith. That's positive. That's good. Yeah, good. Good for your Goodwill. I'm going to come down there, eat some Buc-ee's, and go to your Goodwill. Our Goodwill was putting out great stuff. I haven't been there in like 2 weeks, but I'll start going again next week. Next week will be kind of back to normal. So, yeah. It was a good show. Do you have more kids shows coming? Yes. So I'll have 2 more kids shows coming, and credit Shelby. She really helped me curate the kids show. So the first kids show was a little like, I don't know how happy I was with it. And I bought so much. I'm like, well, we're doing another show. Shelby was like, let's curate it better. Let's have all the smalls, shorts, and shirts, girls and boys, all in one box. Mediums, boys, girls, shirts, all in one box. Large, extra large. That way, everything's there. It was so easy to run that show, and I felt like I could give people what they wanted. I felt like it just went a little bit better. So thanks, Tish, for the compliment. And you guys know I have a lot of energy, so it was fun for me. I've been getting a lot of new attack items. Yeah, new attack items are just selling well. I mean, here you go. Another pair of shorts. Obviously, this one being a light blue, and those Adidas, $11.99. Again, I'm paying like $4-ish for these. No, actually, these were really cheap. These were much cheaper. But average $4 for all these shorts. It is what it is. I'm making good margins on it, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, come on. We can eat brisket and thread. That's what I'm talking about. Have you heard of a brand called Cry Precision? Found some Combat FR pants. Crazy comps on eBay. Yes, let's go look over at those. And I only know that brand because of one person. One person. Who do you guys think that one person is? The only reason I know that brand. I've seen it since, but let me make sure I'm sorry. Cry. Yeah, Cry. All right, let me share the screen with you guys, and then we can take a look what we're talking about here. Yeah, so I haven't seen him in camo. I've seen him in like khaki. I've seen him in khaki, but obviously you can see camo. Look, pre-owned condition, $200. Obviously, that's what people are asking, but they still sell for that. I mean, they sell for a ton of money. Sold. Let's do previously enjoyed. Previously enjoyed. Used condition. Look at that. 250, 220, 250. A jacket. Ooh, 180. So this is what you're going to be looking for. That little symbol right there, which I'd have to zoom in or something on that. See original listing. There it is. Boom. You're looking for that. I know. Now we're telling all the secrets, but I've never found this pair of pants before. And I'm on the lookout. I'm on the lookout. So beige, camo, obviously. Oh shoot. Get out of here. Why is it doing that? There we go. Okay, so your answer, as I said, I've only heard I heard of this brand for the first time from this person. Found a package from you to Mids 4 golf polos. Happy with all of it. Hey, love it. Thanks. Appreciate you, Dana. Yeah, those golf polos, such a good deal, such a steal. I mean, again, my margin's not huge, but to get people to buy those for so cheap is great. I'm glad they're good. I'm glad they're good. Definitely all that stuff was in such good condition. New tags. What's up, Annie? I see your photo right there. Boop. I know it's you now. I know it's you. Nick, what's up, Nick? Big Yumbo. Yeah, I like watching Big Yumbo. And I saw him pick those up before, but that wasn't the first person. The first person was Wayne from K-Way Shop. So K-Way Shop was the first person I've seen pick those up. In fact, I think he like FaceTimed me or called me the second he found those. We're like, dude. But yeah, Big Yumbo too. What's up, Nick? Is great with that stuff. Big Yumbo is really good with military and vintage and all that. I enjoy watching his content too. He's just real. I just like real people. Like, he didn't even cut his videos. He just doesn't edit them, just puts them out. Still stuck in the 80s, I think. TNC Surf Shop, Du Bois is high fashion. Oh, boy. Hey, it's okay. Did you? Angry Otter. It's okay. You can be stuck in whenever you want. You know, everything goes full circle. So it all comes back around. Good evening. What's up, Josephine? Good evening. Never understood why people donate things worth hundreds. You know what, Cam? I can tell you a little bit. So, if you guys don't know, my dad did estate sales, and my dad was a teacher, and his business partner for estate sales was a teacher too. And they did estate sales for maybe 2 decades, and that's where I learned a lot of stuff. And there's just a lot of people. 2 things. Number one, there's people with a ton of money that just say, get rid of it, because a $300 pair of pants to them is like a $30 pair of pants to us. You know, like how much money we bring in, how much money they bring, they don't care. They just want it gone. And then there are also people, let's say like their parents pass away, they're in their 40s or 50s, they just want this stuff gone and they want to sell the house. So you can donate it, you can hire an estate sale company, they want it gone. So I've seen both of those. I've seen both of those experiences when doing estate sales. Big Yumbo sell-through rate is insane. Guy is a slinging product. You know what? He's slinging such good stuff. Like, if you guys don't follow Big Yumbo on Instagram, which is the only place he's at, and YouTube, I've told him multiple times he needs to come over to Facebook so he can join my group, because there's a ton of people over there that he could help. But he said he's too cool for that. But yeah, that dude gets some really cool vintage stuff. Yeah, he cracks me up too with how authentic he is. I love it. I think it's great. All right, next item. This sold via promoted listing, Under Armour. This is just a golf crew neck Under Armour fleece. And today I said I'm not picking up Under Armour polos anymore. I was specific when I said polos. I'll still pick this stuff up. But on my social medias, I put no more Under Armour polos. I haven't gotten to that, but I'm interested in what everyone else said on my Facebook and Instagram. I got to some of them. I was charging my Tesla when I posted it, and people were responding. I was responding during that, and then I had to go. I had to go. So that sold for $19. No big sellers right now, at least of yet. Another pair of shorts. So like I said, you list one and you list a quantity of 100 and they just sell. It's real. I really enjoy this type of selling. I really do enjoy this type of selling. I like to have this also in my pocket, in my store. So load up on this sort of stuff, then get back to the thrifts and do that. When it comes to donations, the average person would preserve most of their stuff we buy as junk. Yeah, what they perceive it as junk, for sure, and we buy it. They perceive it as an old piece of clothing and as value and not valuable, for sure. A lot of people like that. I mean, I know people like that. Let me make sure it's going right by her. Did someone overseas really buy these? Wow. Someone overseas really bought those. So that's what. And I have one more right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs of those shorts I've sold. And here's the last one. Should be a medium. Last one. Richards. There's Chris at Peak right there. I know you guys are following Chris at Peak. If you're not, you need to. Chris at Peak has gotten way back on his social media game, and he's super smart. OG reseller, which is great. So now it's someone else we can trust out there. But I know you guys already follow him. But Richard, when you say Richard, it reminds me of what movie is that? Tommy Boy. Richard. That sold for $11.99. Again, not a lot of profit on that, maybe $5 per, but it takes me no time. Same thing, Caitlin Clark jersey. I bought like 150 of these WNBA Caitlin Clark jerseys. I listed them at a certain price. I'm like, you know what? I can list them at $29.99. I bought them for $11 a piece and unload them. And I'm fine with that margin. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sure once the WNBA comes back hopefully they'll all be sold by then. But in the summer, they'll be like hotcakes, just flying. Maybe I can even raise the prices. Add so many returns on sales. Feel like Hayway shop. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you're not doing the things that he does. He covers up flaws in his photos and all sorts of shady things. So hopefully you're not doing that, Nick. Hopefully it's just true, honest returns. I'm so confused. Are you just hopping around time slots now? I know. Listen, Audra. This is Audra, guys. Follow Hey Mom. She's doing social media. Lots of good content now. Hey Mom 3 on Instagram, Facebook. But yeah, I know. Listen, I'm still out there hustling, and I will be until next week. Next week we'll get back to normal scheduled routine. Also, this week our kids did not have school for 3 days, so there was that as well. I haven't checked the Whatnot link yet because I think I need to buy a printer first. Are you talking about selling on Whatnot? Listen, if you are looking into reselling, period, I'm telling you, you need a thermal printer. That's like, I always talk about my top 3 investments. Thermal printer is one of those 3. Thermal printer, Nifty, and my photo station. Those are the best 3 investments I've made in this business. Thermal printer has saved so much time, and it's just the best. So, and they're so cheap. When I first started, these things were like $350. I still have it. But now you can get them for under 100, and they're probably better than this one. So yeah, get a thermal printer. And you can write it off on your taxes for next year. You, Chris, should come to Calhoun and thrift. I know he would. I know I would. That'd actually be, he's probably close. He's definitely closer to you than me. They say, hello, Chris at Peak. Tommy Boy, when the car door falls off. Yeah. Richard. So good. Tommy Boy is so good. Duluth Trading, 3XL tall. I'm not really buying Duluth Trading shirts. This is a flannel, unless they're big. This is a big 3XLT tall or 3XLT, whatever it is. Yeah, sold for $17.10. So again, I that might have been a Nifty sale because I don't think I put flannels on sale. I don't have a category in my store that are just flannels. So I couldn't have done that. So that had to have been a Nifty sale. I heard he colors his Ralph Lauren labels purple with grape scented markers. That is awesome. Yeah, K-Way, guys, his Whatnots, he colors all the labels purple so he can say they're purple label. And when you get them, they smell good. Like if you go into Polo Ralph Lauren, everything smells good. He uses the scent markers. He has 2 girls and a little boy. Obviously, he's got smell good, the scenty markers at home. Yeah. Oh, shoot, Audra, who you telling about learning about social media? You're messaging me all the time saying, "Hey, nice post today. You misspelled this, or check your grammar on that." I either have you or Shelby in my ear doing that. I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta fix it. I'm the worst at social media. I will buy one. Thank you so much. What? Oh yeah, you got to buy a thermal printer. Just what I would do is I can tell you to like go on my link tree and I have a link to a thermal printer. If it were me, I would probably go to YouTube. This is what I would do. I'd go to YouTube. Best thermal printer for shipping labels. This is what I would do right here. I would just go to YouTube, and now this is obviously a paid review by Rollo, but I would look up like best thermal printers. look up shorts or whatever. Now, remember, a lot of these are going to be paid. I mean, I've had some of these companies ask me to do paid stuff too, but like this one. That's my printer right there, actually. That big old dinosaur. But anyways, yeah. The $640 for it. Is that how much mine was? Oh my gosh. That's probably how much mine was back in 2000, long time ago. You're on a night now. I know. Listen, next week I'll get back to normal schedule. Monday morning, I'll see you guys online. He stole them from Joey. Of course he did. And he probably smells them too. He's such a weirdo. All right. Poshmark. 7 Poshmark orders. We're done with eBay. 7 Poshmark orders. And a Mercari. What? A Mercari order. I'm getting all my Poshmark orders up here, so I don't have to keep bending over. You know what I mean? Okay. Poshmark order number 1. Some Olakai sandals. Do you see how many shorts I sold? South Pole shorts, all those Adidas shorts. Sandals, Olakai sandals, women's. I don't know. These were $4. $4. 4 red is what the R is there. And yeah, so that stuff's selling, I guess. Start listing it. And these sold for $13. 4 and a 13. I've had those for a long time too. Those were on my old floor. I do like Olakai. I wear them myself, but I like selling them too. Whenever I need something for my eBay, just tell my kids for either Christmas, Mother's Day, or birthday. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah, I need a thermal printer. What do you want for Christmas? A good thermal printer. I'll send you a link. I'll send you my email, my Amazon list. Thermal printers, thermal labels, poly mailers, and tape. Did Poshmark beat eBay dollar amount? I missed the other live when you had to admit Poshmark beat eBay. Dollar amount. Ooh, yes, for sure. So 22, 40, 68. So that's 130, 145, no, 130, 145, 150, 170, 180, 197 on Poshmark, money-wise. 197, you can tell I like math. Grammar wasn't my thing. 197 sold on Poshmark. 25, 26, 29, 39, 40, 52, 64, 74, 80, 88, 100 and, 88, 100, 118, 128, 138, 153, 160, 170 on eBay. What? So about match to match, about equal, right? Is that what we're saying? Keep going. You're keeping me entertained while I'm prepping things for listening. Let's go. I need to organize my whatnot stuff. I bought more stuff I need to organize. If Shelby didn't see me actually making money on whatnot, like the stuff actually selling, you wouldn't be seeing me live. I'd be outside in the snow. I can tell you that right now. If she's watching this, she would probably be like, yup. All right. Those sold. Let's keep it with the spring. This is a Johnny O shirt. I love picking up the Johnny O's that are stretch performance. This one says Champions Cup. Who knows what that means? But it sold for $22. Get that spring stuff listed. Have you tried to get the blue check mark on your Depop account? I haven't. I have not. Honestly, Depop I don't do almost anything with. I did sell something on Depop. We'll talk about in a minute. It was a return because it didn't fit, and then it sold on Depop. $100. Not even a best offer, just sold. So far I've gotten a Brothers thermal printer, postage scale, lights, and shipping bags. That's basically all you need. Lights and a thermal printer. Thermal printer. Guess, actually, Kaylee, the other day I was talking to him. He was like, what? You guys know I do not own a scale, right? I do not own a scale. I do. Okay. I do own a scale upstairs. And when I used to do like some jewelry or like silver or whatever, I'd put it on the little scale and take a photo of how much it weighs in grams or ounces. But I've never owned a scale for weighing clothing. Never. And that's really bad advice. You need to get a scale. But I've never owned a scale. Never. For clothing. I just have done it long enough that I like have an idea of how much stuff weighs. So that's where I'm at. But yes, a scale is important, especially if you're starting out. Get a scale. They're super cheap. A lot of times when you're on Amazon and you get a thermal printer, you put one in the cart, it's like, we also recommend getting one of these. It's usually a scale. No, I don't. All right, let's see. Yep. That was, I didn't even show you what that was. That was an Abercrombie & Fitch jacket. It wasn't anything special, but it was $10 and I sold it for $25. It wasn't anything crazy. It just had the name of it on there. I don't have it right here, but yeah, this I've had for such a long time. I'm going to show you the picture. So look at this. Everyone, come on over to the screen. Stop what you're doing. Take a look at this, okay? Look at the colors. Look at how this light makes it look other than the wrinkles. You see that? All right. Now let's go look at it somewhere else. And I see some questions and stuff. All right. All right. So let's say you're scrolling and you come across my picture. This is what it looks like. And you'll know why I've had it for a long time. Right there. Sold it for $15 because the picture is so bad. Look how bad the color is. Again. Look at the screen. Look at the colors on that. Vibrant. Such good colors. And then we'll go over to my photo. This is when I did photos on my ground, on my floor in my kitchen, with just my kitchen lighting. I sold tons of stuff there. Sold 30,000 items from there. Or a lot, close to it. But yeah. Look, did I even do measurements back then? Okay, I did at least. At least I put measurements in there. Oh my gosh. Awful lighting. I could criticize that store or that lighting all day. Woo! Like I said, photo setup. Huge. What up, Ethan? What's up, Ethan Banks? What's up, Ethan? I bought some more cleats today, bub. What's going on? Thanks for coming in this evening. Yeah, so that was really bad. This shirt should have sold for $18.99 within like a couple months. It didn't because those photos were awful. I'm going to put it in one of these mailers again because it's on Poshmark and I can do that. Another flame-resistant bolo brand is True North. Found a pair and picked them up, picked over a bin. Sold within a couple weeks for $90. True North, flame resistant. Is that what you're saying? Flame retardant, flame resistant? Let's go. True North. True North and Crye. C-R-Y-E. And I think, Ethan, they make Crye boots, right, Ethan? Have you ever found Crye boots? Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. Like military. I used to do things besides clothing. Yeah, me too. I'm old school. My laundering things before listing. I just yesterday purchased a new washer and dryer. Well, guess what, Darlene? Talk to your CPA, and that is a write-off towards your business because your business, you need that washer and dryer for. So when you talk to your CPA next year in 2027, if you just bought them this year, 2026, that's going to be a deduction from your taxes. Keep those records. You know, on the scale. He was right when he said, that's bad advice. I never would have thought you would say that. Beach Kyle, that is how brutally honest I am in here. Yeah, I've never owned a scale. Do not be me. If you're new to reselling or a veteran, I'm sure, get yourself a scale. But I don't have a scale. But look, I can make it work. You can make it work without it if you've done it long enough, just because I know how much stuff weighs within a few ounces, you know? All right, these are icebreaker pants. Icebreaker pants, retail or online arbitrage. Online arbitrage. These sold for $68 really quickly. I saw that I had some of these left in a tote, and I looked online, and I forgot I didn't list the quantity. I just once they sold, I relisted them. Once they sold, I relisted them. So yeah, those are gone. Let's see. If it makes you feel any better, I have a jacket from about 5 years ago where my photo is between clothing and my mom was right. Hey, listen, Nick, that's just how we do. We start somewhere, right? We have to start somewhere. And to be honest, I don't feel like going back and retaking those photos. So unless it's like something really nice, like what I'd rather do is just see it on when I'm doing Nifty, see it and just mark it down to cheap. That's what I would do. Are you a serious whatnotter now? No. They make flame resistant boots. Okay, so Cry makes flame resistant boots. Have you ever found them, Ethan? Am I a whatnotter? No, I might seem like it because I've been doing some shows, but I've just taken advantage of an opportunity I saw currently. I'm not, if something else comes up, I'll do it. But, there's a million ways to make $1 million, and I'm all about trying it. Sold 2 Ariat flame-resistant shirts in a few hours on Depop, $40 each. Yes, previously mostly sold Ariat jeans. Yes, Ariat flame-resistant is like one of the best. Even that they have the shirts like you have, they have long-sleeve crew neck shirts, not button shirts, just crew neck shirts that have like flames or skulls, and they're flame-resistant. This is a Kobe Bryant hoodie. Kobe Bryant hoodie retail arbitrage. Sold this for $14. $14. Made about an $8 profit. Again, list it once and list quantity. Hey, Surfs, Bama here. What's up, Bama? We were talking about your awesome listing last night. Let's make a deal on support. What, that listing right there? Are you talking about that listing? Because it was awful. Oh, listing was awful. Is that what you're talking about? I get it. The K-Way Shop and I do store reviews. I will rip my own store apart in a heartbeat. But that's why I always, if you guys watch the last store review, I'm always keep in mind, like, all right, these are some really good pictures that this person's posted, and then these are some bad ones. I bet those pictures are older. I bet those pictures are from, like, their previous time. Like this guy right here, this guy doesn't know anything about pictures because he quit. He's a quitter. Right there, that guy right there. Bearded Thrifter is a quitter. He quit eBay. He quit eBay. He doesn't take pictures. In fact, he never took pictures. His wife did. So, good. We're getting down the list. So, Bearded Thrifter, actually, speaking of spreading your wings and making $1 million a million ways, Bearded did eBay for forever, which a lot of you guys probably know. If you don't know Bearded, follow him everywhere. And especially Facebook. And he decided, you know what? I can spend less time working by doing whatnot. I can spend more time doing what I like, spending time with my family, thrifting, going to estate sales, and then bring it all home, not taking photos and whatnotting it all, and doing it over again. So I can make the same amount of money and have more time for the things I want to do. So he's like, you know what? He didn't do eBay for a year, and he just shut down his account recently. And he said like, I'll start it up if I need to, which is great, but yeah, right. Just go with the flow, whatever's bringing it in. Wondering if, Columbia Omnishade, Columbia, the brand, the Omnishade are worth to pick. RTS looks low, but I don't know if, in the summertime. Okay. So actually, the Omnishade, I'm pretty sure Bearded actually sold some last night in his Whatnot show. Bearded, didn't you sell some in your Whatnot show last night? How'd they do? They were new with tags. Cleaning shoes and listening at the same time. Multitasking can be done. Yes. That's what I do. I listen to live. I watch people's whatnots. I listen to people live on here. That's what I do too. Or watching whatever videos. Big fan. You're an inspiration in my bit. Hey, appreciate you, Jay Daniel. Like I said, I mean, we just do us. Today, when I was checking out at where I was shopping, the guy's like, "Do you do this? Like, how many employees?" I'm like, "Nope, I do it all on my own. I do it all on my own. Everything." And it works out that way. I'm not trying to be like Empire. I'm not trying to be that big. Who do I have winning the Super Bowl? So this is how I want my teams, or how I cheer. I want the Colts to win, and I want the Patriots to lose. That's how I cheer NFL football. Colts win, and if that can't happen, I want the Patriots to lose. So I'm going to be die-hard Seahawks fans, even though I could care less about the Seahawks and Sam Darnold. Do not like it. Yeah, that Kobe hoodie only sold for $14. Why, Nick? Because I'm buying those hoodies for super cheap, and I'm cutting and cutting the market. Those are very flooded right now, but I'm buying them for so cheap and undercutting the market. So I think we need to do store reviews for day. Store reviews one day for people could be fun. Yeah, for sure, Ethan. We could. Ethan's pictures are great. We should go to Ethan's store right now. What are some brands that resell better for men than women, and vice versa? So I thought about picking up some Beyond Yoga men's hoodies at TJ Maxx, but I didn't get them. Uncle Bubble, that's a good question. I would say right now, definitely. Chat, you can disagree or agree too. I think men's Lululemon sells better than women's Lululemon right now. I have a better time selling men's Lululemon pants than women's right now. And as far as women's clothing that sells better than men's, I don't know. Viore sells well in both. I would say Levi's sell better in men's than they do in women's. More like vintage. And then I definitely say like golf shirts, golf polos and stuff. Like if you find a Bad Birdie golf polo, I think they sell better than in men's than they would in women's. But I'm not really good with the women's better than men's type of thing. Night live, yeah, we're on night. D Bush, we're on the nighttime live. Nighttime live. I saw a purple Carhartt coat sell for $200 on Whatnot. Listen, why are there some of these Whatnotters? They have racks of these dingy, worn-out Carhartts going for $200 or more. It's crazy, but that's what the market. I mean, people like it. They'd rather have that than a new one, and it just is what it is, right? I sound like my dad. I'm turning into my parents. Like, people buy that crap? Yeah, they do. So be on the lookout for it. What will you do mine? Store review? I'll have to do a time. Okay, wait, I'll pick a time, and it will be like a pop-up. And maybe Ethan will be in there too. Ethan, do you still have Restream? Have you ever sourced an eBay's reseller clothing from Facebook Market? I have not. I've had people reach out to me before, but a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, I have $14,000 worth of clothing, eBay, and I'll sell it to you for half," which means they have $20 polos on eBay and they want to sell them to me for 10, when I can buy them every day of the week for 5. No, I'll buy them for $3 or $4 a piece because you need the money. Bearded Thrifter is awesome and Bama approved. He's not bad. He's not bad. We love Bearded Thrifter content. Be nice. Follow his wife too. I need to proofread these before I put them on here. Audra, we can't be nice to that guy all the time. I first came across. I'll just post that. I first came across Bearded when he was sourcing on his lunch break from his regular job. Building that following wasn't easy. Well, no, building that following wasn't easy for him. And he is here he is right here, probably talking crap. But if you're wanting to start social media, like Audra, this is her new account. She's doing more social media. Bearded will tell you whether it's social media or whatnot or eBay. You have to consistently put stuff out there. eBay, Nick will tell you, you have to list every single day. Social media, you have to put content out every single day, multiple times a day. If you do whatnot shows, he yells at me all the time about it. You need to book out whatnot shows every week, even if you plan one or not. Book them out so people will bookmark them. Got to be consistent, and he's not a lazy person. I can tell you that. What's up, Jennifer? Thanks for popping in. Well, I only had a couple, so they did okay. I don't know how they would have done if I had a lot. Oh, the Columbia. He said the Columbia did okay. The PFG, the Omni Shade. So yeah, I don't know. I think they do okay. I did see he had Carhartt that did better. Carhartt stuff that did better. Seattle. What's up, Seattle in the house? Seattle is your team. I'm rooting for Seattle because I don't like the Patriots. My shopper is currently 2.7 thousand items, and I list on 3 platforms. Give me your top 3 best tier advice you would ever give. Hold on. Your top 3 best tier advice? What do you mean? What do you mean by best top tier advice, Jay Daniel? Best top tier advice. This is my Depop sale. Whenever I'm like, I'm done with Depop, something sells for $100. And then at the end of the year, I'm doing my taxes. I'm like, wow, I sold $3,000 worth of stuff on Depop last year. It's worth still cross listing. I can never find Lulu of any kind. That's okay. It's all right. The girl stuff does okay. It's almost where some of it's worth just taking it to the Lululemon store and trade in for store credit. Rock Revival sells much better in men's and women's. That's true. Good one, Nick. Yeah, Rock Revival and men sells much better. Good one. Same thing with BKE too. Lydia is going to Hawaii without me in 2 weeks. I'm sad. Oh man, Ethan. Why is she not taking you? Why aren't you going? Because you got a dog, right? No, my burger stream canceled, but I think you can just invite me in. Okay, got you. I saw a dirty Carhartt sell for $300 yesterday on Whatnot. It's crazy. I also think Whatnot is like addicting. I think people swipe and swipe. I mean, like that jacket right there. I wasn't gonna lose that jacket. I swiped and swiped and swiped. In fact, Bearded, he's on here, as you guys know. He's talking again. He tagged me. He's like, hey, this person has some really cool vintage polo stuff. And I saw that. I saw that it was made in the USA. It was like the OG. And I'm like, I have to have it. So I just swiped. In my right mind, would I have bought it for that much? Yes, but maybe no too. So my point is, yeah, people pay a lot on Whatnot for things. It can be addicting. Are you really at Torchy's? Bearded, she's at Torchy's. Torchy's is our dinner date. Whenever we hang out in Indy together, we go to Torchy's. It's our dinner date. Trisha, we get like 4 or 5 tacos a piece. So good. Torchy's is so good. What's up, Trisha? Congratulations to Trisha too. Her social media has gone crazy. She's super, like, her passion is like CDs and her collection. And she's been posting content on it, and one of them blew up, and now she has a whole community following her with her CD collection, and just so cool how that blew up. Not reselling related, but just staying consistent. Well, she does resell the CDs though. I love my Carhartt. So warm when out feeding and watering the horses. I own coat and coveralls. Yes, I actually got a Carhartt maybe 2 years ago, year and a half ago. No, a year ago for Christmas, I think, for my wife, Shelby. And it's great. Same thing. It's like the best fall jacket. This is a Burton jacket. A Burton jacket. It sold once. Didn't fit the person. I was sad about it because it was a $100 sale. I relisted it. It sold again. Gore-Tex. Again, if this were men's, it would have sold for more than $100. I think this would have sold for like $180 or more. I think I bring things back to a more humble place. His wife does all the work. He uses the K-Way shop model. Yeah, his wife does all the work. Literally today. Actually, she doesn't. Today, She was having him open cans. Will Wayne make it 365 days? Are you talking about doing the polls 365 days? I don't know. But his new workout routine, no. My money's on he's going to quit his new workout routine. He's going too hard too fast. You can tell him I said that. Like best advice. Okay, best advice. My best advice to give to somebody who's reselling, I would say you need to learn how to comp items. So, number one, comping items. It's the first thing. You make your money when you pick up your item. So, comping it as in just looking it up on eBay, or now with Google Lens, it can pick up just about anything. You can comp it out and see how much it sold, right? And you already know that. I'm just saying this in general. Comping is probably the most important thing, right? Because before a thermal printer, before listing it, you have to purchase your item. So comping is probably number one. And then being consistent is another. And then also deciding, if this sounds stupid, but if it's something you enjoy, like I can do this. Like when I stopped doing estate sale stuff, which sucked, and I started getting into clothing, I thought like I could enjoy doing this. I could do this and I enjoy it. So that was important too. There have been people along the way that I've taught that are like, oh man, I just don't like it. I'm like, I just know like it's not for you. So figuring that out early. But yeah, thermal printer up there too. Oh God. BKE kids jeans are better than both men's and women's. That's a weird comment to say. You like kids jeans? Weird. I didn't know you're into that. Hi there, Miss Beautiful. Bearded. Everyone misses you. You skipped my comment. Trisha, what'd you say? What'd you say up there? You said hi from Torchies. Unless I just am late to the party. Everyone says hi, Bearded. Hi, Ethan. Hi, Ethan. Hi, Trisha. Aw, thanks. Bearded saying crushing it because she is. She's being consistent, posting every day now. Trisha's CD collection is insane. I agree. It's just being consistent, man. Like I know I haven't been consistent listing on eBay the last 2 weeks, but it's for good reason. Actually, I have been consistent. I've listed hundreds of items over the past 2 weeks. It's just been in multi-quantities. So I actually have been consistent. What? Trisha, I keep saying, what? Oh, are you just saying hello to everyone? Put your account in here. It's so fun. You can request all types of vintage music for her to show in her collection. Yeah, put your account in here. But she's on it's her Instagram account. I forget what it is. I sold a denim Carhartt jacket for $350. They did really well on Depop. Yeah, Depop is the place for that sort of stuff. Denim, Carhartt, any type of vintage Carhartt type stuff. I sold a pair of Saint Laurent shoes on Depop. What? Those aren't going to probably get returned. I feel like Depop, it's like once it Mercari, Depop, Poshmark, once it's gone, it's gone. You don't see or hear about it again. Is it suit season? It's suit season year round, in my opinion, because I sold my Catan Bertolf Goodman for full asking $450. Yeah, because that is such a good suit. I feel like year round is suit season, but I definitely hold my Harris tweed stuff off for the fall. And then my linen blazers and cotton blazers that are unlined, I usually hold those off for the spring. They sell year round. Suits and blazers sell year round, but you're going to see the tweed war more in the fall, those browns, the wool, that sort of thing. Wayne's exercise routine is lifting an ice cream cone from his chest to his mouth poolside at the lounge. That's exactly what it is. He was complaining. Did you guys... I wish he's probably watching I know he's watching. Did you guys see his story the other day? Like, oh, all the weights were being used. So I already did my warm up and I had to ride my bike all the way to the other gym on the other side of my neighborhood. It was like 3/4 of a mile. Like, how long did that take you on a bike, Wayne? Like 2 minutes on a bike. It was more like a rest than anything. God, that guy. Been binge watching Bearded the last 4 days it snowed, and I'm sorry for you. I bet you had a lot of tissues near you. I'm sorry you had to do that. Little fun fact, Torchy's Tacos almost went out of business early on. They were saved by selling pumpkins in a year that there was a shortage. Dang, Nick. Nick is a smart cat. Always fun facts. I did not know that, and I'm glad they didn't go out of business. I think the only one I know about here where I live is just on the north side. The one that Bearded and I go to a date to. So good. Torchy, guys, if you have a Torchy's near you and you like flavor, just tons of flavor, not bland stuff, I highly recommend it. How cold was it today? Today was started out like maybe -3 and then ended up being like 19. And I know Ethan lives in Tampa, and I know Tampa and Orlando is cold too. I think I saw this weekend or early Monday or something, it's going to be in the 30s down there as well, and like the high in the 40s or 50s. It's crazy in Orlando. I don't do well on Depop at all. Maybe 1 to 2 sales a month. Mercari is the worst. I agree. But again, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. This is why I continue to sell on it. So I'm going to go to my analytics on Nifty. Going to go to my insights. We're going to do a custom right here. And I'm going to go back to 2025, January 1 to December 31, 2025. So here you go. Look, you ready? Depop, $3,500. $2,000 on Mercari. So $5,500, $5,400 between those two. And coming from a teacher's world where I was making $52,000 a year when I retired, an extra $5,000 a year for just clicking a button to cross post is worth it. Like my Depop and Mercari are so slow, but when I zoom out over the past year and see what I actually made, just for clicking cross list, I'm going to continue to do it. If I can make an extra $5,000 a year doing it, I'm going to do it. So that's my why for that. I'm here in Texas and have access to rag houses. Nobody here does eBay or goes down the long route the way I do, listing and selling myself. Would you say it was a good idea to start a YouTube or social media, share my journey experience? Sure. There's never a better time than now, and you never know. It could resonate with people like big time. You never know. There are people that I'm not huge on their content in all different categories, not just reselling, but they're super popular. So yeah, I mean, I think you should. Why not? Now, just remember with social media, it takes a while to get monetized and to start seeing some money flowing and everything. And that sort of thing. And you guys know, I'm not even a big creator and I don't see that much money flowing in. But I think it's worth it, especially if you enjoy it, if you enjoy the process. But that's awesome that no one wants to do like the listing. They just want to do the wholesaling. I want to be down there. I want to come down there and buy for eBay. Bro, it's freezing right now. I know. Let's go see. Let's see. Google Tampa weather. Oh, this guy. When I went and visited him, look at that 51. It's freezing. Get out of here. This is cold. Look at this. Sunday. 46 as a high. That should be illegal in Florida. 34, that should be illegal. That is illegal. That is not global warming right there. That is global cooling. That should be illegal. But I'm not sad about you, Ethan, at 66 degrees today. When I came and visited Ethan, I wore a sweatshirt from the minute I woke up till the minute I went to bed. It was cold that whole time. Their street corn is amazing at Torchy's. I haven't had it. Bearded, are you watching this? You hear that? He loves that stuff. Anytime we go anywhere and there's like a little, one of those little Mexican like street trucks, they have the street corn. He always gets it. How I built this podcast has interviews with a lot of those business owners. How I built this podcast. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to that. My girlfriend always teases me for knowing useless info. Glad I appreciate it in the world. I love it. I love it. Sometimes Shelby always talks about like some of the stuff I know, and because I listen to a ton of like economic stuff and global, like what's going on in the economy, what's going on with global trade, all that sort of thing. You know, gold, silver, before everyone started talking about it, all that sort of stuff. A new Torchies is coming to Zionsville in February. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. So that's good. I want it to spread. I want it to start spreading. We need one in Carmel. We need one in Carmel. But Zionsville, Carmel's right in between Fishers and Zionsville, so they might not put one here. Depop, hey, all right. Every time I see Hey Mom, Audra, Depop is really trend and style specific. I've always had some good barn jacket sellers, Brush Popper, which are like those Wrangler, really thick cotton shirts, vintage flare jeans, aloe, Viore, etc. to sell there. And what's also kind of crazy is I've talked about this before. I sell Peter Millar over there, which is kind of crazy. What's the most you spent on a single item to flip? Clothing? I don't know. Probably Ethan probably knows. Those Lucchese boots, I spent a decent amount of money. I spent a decent amount of money on that. But as far as items to flip, I mean, I've spent $26,000 a couple times on watches. Exactly 26 two times on two different watches to resell for more, and I did that. I bought a $26,000 car that I sold for $34,000. Paintings that I bought for $10,000, $12,000. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. I love to do that more. A lot of people would. So make a few thousand off of one sale is great. Richie Rich, what's up, Richie Rich? As far as clothing, not a lot. I haven't spent a lot of money on clothing to resell. If you ever want to visit a rag houses, I can help you out down here in Texas. I'll take you to the best rag houses. I would love that, Jay Daniel. I'd love to visit it. I want to get more stuff delivered to my door. I want more stuff delivered to my door. I love thrifting, but I also want like stuff delivered to my door too. I want a little bit of both. I was just fishing at 20 below zero. Come on, look at that. See out there fishing, ice fishing. How deep or how thick was the ice, Richard? How deep was the ice where you were fishing? Because you got to make that hole, right? I have so much 925 right now. Don't know whether to sell or keep it right now. Let's look. Let's talk about that. I spent 1.5 on a t-shirt to sell for $3,000. You got to. It's the saying of any business professional, anybody with money or has been successful. It takes money to make money. Just the way it goes. This past 2 weeks, if I didn't have money to spend, I would be losing out on a lot of money, right? So to be able to spend $1,500 to make or to sell for $3,000 to double your money is great. It's great. That's why it's good to have some bankroll on the side. I live at Mexican food trucks near me. $1 steak. Oh, that's cheap. That is cheap. I spent too much on shoes to flip. I know you have a lot. Richard, 23 inches deep. Holy crap! I did not know it'd be that. I would figure like 12 or 11 max. I saw your picture listed on eBay. Which one is that, Ralph Black? Which one that is? Red Lake, Minnesota. Okay, let's talk about it. You have all that 925. So 925 is also sterling silver. It's 0.925. If it were pure silver, it would be 100%. But they have to mix in other metals with it to make it harder. So it's 0.925 with a little bit of other nickel, copper, some other stuff in it. But it's almost pure silver. And this is what I have to say about silver. Okay. All right. So this is what I have to say about silver. Iris the ice cream for Salvation Army, taxi will say, Iris the ice. Hey, good. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta do it when no one else is. Oh, the $10,000 baseball. The picture. I spent $1,000 on that. This picture right here. This is the Gipper, football player. The Gipper. I think I had this list on eBay for like 20,000. Just waiting for offers. One sold for like 12. There's none listed anywhere right now, but one sold for 12,000 at Sotheby's or somewhere. That's the last one that sold. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna price that 20 and see what happens. But let's talk about silver. The question is, I have a ton of silver. I don't know if I should sell it or keep it. Okay. So in my mind, I was raised to be grateful and not greedy. Not saying that you're greedy, but that's just a saying I've been raised with, right? Grateful and not greedy. Let's see where silver was a year ago. A year ago. Oh, no, that's a year to date. A year ago. $30. $30 a year ago. This is not normal, especially on metals. You want to know why? Look at this. 5 years. $20 to $30 for 5 years. Silver didn't do anything for 5 years. Then it did this, which is not normal. So when it's for 5 years, $20, and then all of a sudden it's 111, that's when you're grateful and you sell. Or at least you sell a decent amount of it, okay? This isn't Tesla stock. This isn't Nvidia. This isn't some boom. This is metal. This is something that stays stable, right? This is what people put their money in when the economy is bad. Look at this. Tell me if this looks normal to you. Does that look normal? Look at this. All the way back in 2018, $15, $20, $30. 15, 14, 24, 20, 19, 18. This goes back to 2013, 12. That's not normal. And the same thing goes with gold. So, in my opinion, could it go higher? Yes, it could go higher. But I'm taking my profits right now. So, same thing with gold. We're at $3,000 a year ago. 5 years ago, $2,000. Look at this. We're at $2,000, $1,000 an ounce for forever. Then, boom. That's not normal. That's not normal. So be grateful and take it right now. Take it right now. And if you want to live on the edge, look at this. Take that money and put some right here. Microsoft down 10% today. Year to date, last 6 months, down 15% in the last 6 months. So that's something that's down. Buy low, sell high. Also, if you're into crypto, Bitcoin price, check this out. Let's look at the last 6 months. Down 31%. That's called a bear market. It was at 114. So if you think Bitcoin will go back up in price, sell your gold high, buy Bitcoin low. That's what I would say. That's just my opinion. I could see Bitcoin getting down here in the 60s. Looks like a little bit of a head and shoulders right there. Shoulder right here, head right here, another shoulder playing out. Come down here in the 60s. I'd be a buyer down in here. That's just what I'm saying. All right. Faith, $35 an ounce. Yep. I have a bull that was worth $300 when it was $35 an ounce. So think about that now. Times that by 3 and a little bit more. That's $1,000. It's a $1,000 bull. Commonwealth just sold all his silver. There you go. Guys, the point of our reselling business is clothing, Ethan, shoes, silver, cars, whatever. You buy low, you sell high. That's what we do. That's what the game is. So possibly building computer systems, AI, maybe using it for that, possibly. But to me, it's people getting squeezed that have shorted it, and I think it's a lot of people chasing. But like Ethan says, if you look at history, when gold and silver has done well, that's in history, that's a little bit of a canary in the coal mine that something might be coming that's not good for the economy. So that hopefully isn't the case, but usually people put a lot of money in gold and silver if they think the stock market's going down, or economy, or housing market, whatever is going down. I paid $1.19 for that bowl. Let's go. How about it? But that's it tonight, guys. That's everything that we that sold. So yeah, that's it. I need to make more content for you guys. Love being on here. This is my favorite content, when we can talk back and forth. I learned from Nick that Torchy Tacos almost didn't survive unless it was for them selling pumpkins when there was a pumpkin shortage.